Mr. Becerra, then Mr. Mills. Mr. Becerra.
Thank you very much. Ryan Becerra, Barkowitz, Chronic, and Shanahan for a number of upstream agencies. I realize I was remiss in my previous comments and that I didn't thank you for the cake. I didn't realize how important that cake was going to be as the day wore on. I want to support the comments by Mr. Lodge and Ms. Goldsmith, and I think the fundamental problem here is you have a metric that's stated in relatively absolute terms and then some vague terms about how you might comply with it. It seems to me you need to connect the two. How do you comply with the metric? Or personally, I'd prefer the metric come out and you say compliance is by implementation of the management strategies, but at the very least, you've got to say that those management strategies are how you comply with the metric. And the reason I think that that potentially can work from upstream is because we just look at the statute. And the statute says 85021, first sentence, state policy is to reduce reliance on the delta. Second sentence, each region that relies on delta from the water from the delta watershed should do these things that include local and regional water supply projects and improve regional coordination. So in the first sentence when they say delta and in the second sentence when they say delta watershed, to us that means there's a difference. And then if you take that laundry list of projects and you go to 85031A, which says nothing in this division, which is the Delta Reform Act, diminishes or impairs area of origin rights or water rights, it all more or less fits together. We can do the projects in the second sentence of 85021 under area of origin, under water rights. That all works. But what doesn't work is when it gets applied into this reduction metric without any explanation as to how it is we're supposed to comply when those are the water sources we've got. So to my mind, I think the discussion earlier with Mr. Johnston and Mr. Natoli and Ms. Marcus and everyone else was very good. The policy needs to be clarified, ideally to take the metric out, but if the metric doesn't come out, at least to say that this is how you comply with it and these are the kind of projects you can do, and those projects need to work for everyone. And I've always appreciated in this sixth draft that the American River Integrated Regional Water Management Plan is called out as a success story on page 94. And the problem is it's hard to understand how that kind of success story in the watershed can fit under this metric you've got in WRP1. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr.